Nigeria Limited. Having a registered company at 4/6 year about a street over. And the said company has been in existence for over a decade now. Practicing real estate at Adeyeye. We do leasing of properties, we sell properties. We also manage existing properties as well. And also, we also renovate properties for people, we develop properties for people. And our name has been known within the country and outside the country as well for a due diligence practice, and we offer people flexible pay plan homes which allow people to get affordable properties for their family. And our name has also been known for assisting people to be able to meet their objective. For instance, we source for a very good land for people that will give them peace of mind outside the problem of hormoneless and outside any known problem. And if there's any property that is under acquisition, we ensure that we ratify it for them, which give them peace of mind. We have a lot of clients that can testify to this fact. That is why you see they don't leave us. They always want to stick to us, even when they get properties that is not from our company. They always want us to do due diligence for them, so that they will be able to have fewer or no problems at all. When we are talking about real estate, we are talking about a form of an organization or an entity on its own that deals with leasing of a property, sales of land, management has a lot of branches as well. So when that word real estate is mentioned, we are talking about agency, real estate agents. So to a layman, it is known as estate agent work. We are talking about a quack who does not know the rudiments of the real estate practice. So when somebody wake up in the morning and somebody just gave him the properties and said, okay, I have a land to sell at also, where can you help me to sell it? And such person stands up, start marketing such properties. At the end of the day, the person was able to sell it. That person does not know the rudiments of that job. So as such, we term such people as a quack who tried to source for his daily income, and at the end of the day was able to meet up. But when you are talking about an expert on the field, a real estate expert, as somebody that has gone into the four wall of institution, studied an estate management, be it an estate surveyor, as it were. So such person will be able to know the core practice of an estate management, which has a lot of branches, right? And such person will be able to deal in that field successfully and in a manner that will not be able to endanger his own reputation and the reputation of the sector. That sector, as it were, is a backbone of every economy, be it in Nigeria, be it outside the country. Real estate, for instance, you can see nowadays that a lot of countries in the world are coming to Lagos State, coming to Abuja to come and invest in real estate. because they see it as an integral part of every economy in the world. So such person that is an estate expert has an overview of what real estate is. Not just somebody coming from nowhere and said, I have a land somewhere, can you help me to sell? The person was able to sell it. So such person is not a real estate practitioner. It's just a quack that meddle into the practice. Our constitution is ambiguous. So as such, you see that when it comes about agency, a real estate agency or whatever agency that you can think of, you see that our constitution does not really guide who can actually practice agency. For instance, anybody can just come from nowhere and say that, oh, I'm an agent, I have a house, I want to rent my father's house. So, you know, so the constitution does not give a core value to that practice. But when you look at it critically, you will see that real estate sector has a professional bodies that guides that sector. And apart from that, recently in Lagos State, about a few years ago, you see that Lagos State brings about body that guide the practices of such organization. They were known as Lastra Red. You see, Lastra Red tried as much to register the existing agents in Lagos State so that all these problems of duping people away of their money, you sell one land to 3, 4, 5 people, Lagos State is trying to curb such practices. And that is why you see that they can't just register you. Before Lagos State will register you to be an agent, a person that will practice, a known person that will practice under the Lastra Red Act, has to register with them. The person has to bring a surety. After submitting your certificates in school, you have to give them a copy of your certificate in school. You have to bring a guarantor and a lot of things. And even the practices you've been doing in the past, they have to see the tellers. They will have to go through the tellers, get the numbers of your clients and contact them if you're actually an honest person. Then they will do their background check as well. After having done that, then they can now ask you to do some payments. In fact, your CAC registration has to be submitted to them for verification, and possibly where you live, right? So they were able to the barest minimum, was able to guide such agencies. Yes, like we said earlier, Lagos State has taken a bold step on that aspect. And we know the situation in Nigeria. When Lagos State take the lead, other states tends to follow them. So we know as time goes on that other states are going to join Lagos State to be able to guide their citizens. Because when their citizen is not guided, then you see that a lot of people are losing money on a daily basis. A lot of people are suffering from the hands of those quacks, which I am very sure other states will soon embark in such acts to curb such malpractices. Invariably, you are asking critical challenges that is facing real estate sectors. And as such, we have about 6 of those critical challenges that is facing them, that is facing us. We have land registration process. We have devaluation of our currency. We have omonile wala, which you mentioned. We have lack of competent builders or contractors. Then taxation is also involved. And also, overpriced houses is one of the major problems that is affecting us. So let's go to the one you asked, the omonile. Now, anybody that wanted to purchase, that wanted to buy a property, should look intently, through recommendation, pure recommendation, from those that has maybe bought in the past, or for a reputable company. As you will all know, a company is a legal entity. It can be sued on its own. So in as much as a company can be sued on its own, you look for a reputable company that you can deal with. And when you get such company, they know that their names will not be put in a mire. So as such, they want to practice a good practice that will make them to retain such clients. Now, as such, if the omonile himself respects the company, you buying the property will respect the company, and also the company will respect themselves, because they will not want their name to be trampled on. So the issue of omonile is a very serious problem. Thank God, from time of Babatunde Raji Fashola, that problem has been subsidized or even removed, if I can say completely. And every other government after Babatunde Raji Fashola has been able to build on that cadre at which Fashola started. In Lagos State now, you can hardly hear of anything of such. Ogun State is taking after Lagos State, but as it were now, omonile has still prevailing in Ogun State and some other part of the country, which is uncalled for. You can imagine your hard-earned money through many years. You'll be saving for many years, maybe perhaps 20-30 years to have saved for a land to buy. And at the end of the day, you fall into the hand of a dubious agent that connived with omonile. The omonile, as it were, is known as land grabbers. They can sell land to 3 people. I can remember one of the songs by KSA, King Adeyeye, in the early 80s. He says that there's malpractices of land, especially in Lagos State, that sells one land for 8 people. But like I said earlier, thanks to our governor, the previous one and the one we are having now, that aspect of duping people of their money through omonile has been forgotten. We employ other states like Ogun State and the rest to also embark on such streamline those omonile. You checkmate them so that when there's a law passed, executive order, they tend to sit up because they know that once such executive order is trampled on, then they will be held responsible and dealt with seriously. So they will sit back. Adeyeye Nigeria Limited has been known for a core value practice. Since when we've been practicing, you see, we have a lot of clients that's giving us recommendations in the country and beyond the shores of the country. One of our core practice is, like I said, core value and humanity. We also put them in place. You won't buy anything from us and has issue over it. We tend to do our due diligence before we allow our clients to pay for anything, for any land whatsoever. Or even if you want to rent properties from us, we don't just give our clients our properties that we know that could not be able to satisfy their intents. We do a background check. We know all the facts that are supposed to be known over the property before we offer the properties to our clients. And also, we do what is called a co-relationship, true ratings. What do I mean by true ratings? Before you give a house to someone or you want to sell a property to someone, a letter of intent has to be written. And the owner of the house or the company managing that property has to reply that offer as such, knowing fully well that you are in band with that company. Then they will be able to behave in a very good manner that will satisfy both parties. So Adeyeye Nigeria Limited does not just practice based on let us practice. No, that core value is always involved on whatever we do. Now, come to how do we source for properties. Through the year of practice, we've gotten a lot of clients, both here and outside the country, who gave us links. So we don't just contact people through media alone. We have a lot of set up medias that we advertise our company through. But we don't just do that. The name we've built for a very long time also sells for us too. So when we buy a property for you, we also ensure that that property is very secure. And since we know that a lot of houses or some of houses in Lagos are not properly maintained, or are not properly built, we employ artisans, experts that assist us to also engage in construction work. Of recent, we just bring about a construction company that is known as J Royal Shelters and Construction Company. That company is also registered to build a very formidable house, exotic houses with experts. We have a city civil engineer, we have structural engineer, we have an architect, and also artisans that has gone into the world of higher institutions that build for our company. We don't just engage quacks to come and bricklayer from where we call it bricklayer to come and start building for you. No, we don't do that. We have people that has gone to good schools in Nigeria that know how to construct a very good house. Apart from engineer supervising, these people has also learned on how to put a good brick, how to plumb a house, and how to make a house in a very good shape. That is what we are practicing. I'll show you some of our works that we have done after the registration of that J Royal Shelters and Construction Company. So, in real estate, we are striving to be the best. And we know, as time goes on, we are going to climb to that.
Tell us your clients.
Now, we have clients outside the countries. We have city tenants right here in Nigeria, city clients right here in Nigeria. We wouldn't want to be mentioned the name of top people that we work for. That means when we're talking about the secrecy of our job, we don't mention names of people we work for. But we can assure you that we have ongoing projects that is sound, tight wind, and could withstand any pressure as far as construction is concerned. And also, when we are talking about real estate as well, we have properties, lots of properties we are managing, and we have experts on that field that works for our company. There are staffs, employees that works for us, and they are doing a good job because the MD of the company, like you know, has a very good name, and no wonder such name to go down the drain. So we can assure you that we have good clients that we are working for. My humble man asked me the other time, I was able to list 6 problems that is affecting the sector. Like I said, one of it is overpriced houses. You see, there has not been a government regulations on how much I should put my house, how much my house should go for. So overpriced houses has affected this sector a lot. Like, for instance, in Adeyeye, you can get a 3-bedroom flat for 1.5 million naira. The same in Adeyeye, you can get 3-bedroom flat for 4 million naira per annum. So you can see there is no regulation in the prices. People give out their houses, people sell their land for the value they want. No regulation at all. So we talk about overpriced houses, which is one of the major problems we are encountering. Then land registration is also one of the problems we are encountering. For instance, when Babasude Fashola was there, the able governor then, he passed a law that before you can make your approved building plan, you could have registered your land first. You could have gotten your CFO. But thank God to the previous governors, when they come, they started registering even without getting the CFO. You see, before you can get a CFO in Lagos, you have to pay through your nose. Not only in Lagos State. If you want to do ratification of Hussein, for instance, you pay through your nose. So all this, in fact, to pass a file from one office to another office, so it's a very serious problem. We know what is going on in the country, especially with the civil servants. So it's not, we know that their job is not easy as well. You can imagine thousands of files passing through one person's table in a day. So it's not easy. So that has also affects the efficacy of having your land registered in Nigeria as a whole. Then we have the valuation of our currency. Our currency is not stable. For instance, you want to ship in building materials now. A lot of building material are in the shops. They don't even have money to clear it because what they were expecting as at the time they ship it was not what they met now. So you see that everything has really gone up and is affecting the sector very much. So a lot of the money that was explained the other time, that was mentioned the other time, is one of it. You know. So then we also have lack of competent builders and contractors. That has also been said as well. So those are the problems that is really affecting the sector.